Hello, everybody. Hi, guys. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. How is everyone doing today? Hello, everyone. How is everyone today? Welcome on in. For those of you who are new here, my name is Sarah. I am a psychic medium and also energy healer. I do free readings during the live. Okay, I will come to those of you who I am drawn to the most. So if you have a good energy, if your energy is open, okay, I will hopefully come to you. I do ask my guides to guide me to those who need it the most and perhaps can't afford a reading. I am streaming both on TikTok and also YouTube, so please be patient with me. There's no need to spam. There's no need to spam, guys. Okay, please do not spam. This isn't a private reading. If you're here for a free reading, be 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 mindful of other people and what I am doing here as well. Okay, okay. So just making sure everything is working as it should. I'll begin the readings in just a moment. And also, guys, free readings are only on TikTok. Okay, TikTok lives, obviously. Please don't DM for free readings. Don't send me text messages either. Those are for private readings, okay? I do make that available for you, but they are of course for private sessions, not for free readings. This is a time I take out of my day to provide free readings to help those who can't afford a reading. So yeah, just be mindful. And let's see. Okay, so Brittany, let's come to you, lovely Brittany. Is Alex emotions towards me becoming a little bit obsessive? Alex and Brittany. Spirit, please. Alex and Brittany, thank you. Mm. I feel that Alex is someone that doesn't like to hear no, my lovely. Okay. I don't see that there is he isn't a malicious person per se, but I do feel that he does struggle with taking other people wants and needs into consideration. Okay, it's a little bit of an emotional immaturity there, and I do also feel that there is a lot of fear of him as well in losing things. So there's definitely that fear of abandonment, and that does come through very clearly. Okay, so I'm not surprised by your question here. Um, it's something that if you do want this person in your life, you're going to have to deal with, and you're going to have to work through with them, encourage them to do therapy and all of that to work through it. There is a little bit of obsessiveness here. Yes, it's not, again, it's not malicious. It's just that fear of abandonment that he does have. Okay, so just keep that in mind. It's something that you're going to have to navigate if you do want this person in your life. Thank you so much for your question, and I will leave you with that. Okie dokie. Um, Kelly, I'm not doing timelines, guys. Those of you asking soon, I'm not doing timelines. If it does happen that you do receive a timeline during your reading, if your guides come forward with a timeline, of course I will pass on the message. But don't make that the your main question. Don't make a timeline your main question because I do tend to skip those. So if you do want a chance of receiving a reading, keep it simpler. Nishika, let's come to you, my lovely. Nishika, will Kanish break no contact? Nishika and Kanish. Nishika and Kanish. Has it been some time now since you haven't spoken to this person? Hi, Nancy. Guys, those of you that do want to know how the life works, okay? Very simple. Everything is written up above, okay? Just read the text. That's how it works. It's been a year since I talked to him. Yeah, I asked that because I do feel like there's a big distance here between the two of you, okay? He's not going to break no contact, my lovely. Not anytime soon, not the way that things are, okay? His energy is not moving towards you at all. I do feel that it is very much the opposite. He's very much in denial as well. You can change that depending on the approach that you take as well. But right now, I don't see them reaching out to you, my lovely. Let's go ahead and draw some tea leaf cards for you also, just to see what else we have coming through. Spirit, please. Nishika, thank you. Oh, lots. I'm gonna read them. I'm gonna read them for you. It's lots. I feel like your guides are very active here. So we have the dagger. The dagger does talk about fear, worries, and tense situations. And also the rooster that talks about someone that you should not be crossing right now, okay, my lovely? Um, okay. So I feel it's a complicated situation. Not that there isn't a good connection here between the two of you and that you shouldn't try to get this person, have this person back into your life. But I also do feel that there is like huge miscommunication between the two of you. I don't know if there's even someone involved. I do pick up on like a third energy coming forward, someone involved that does like advise them against it. So that could be playing a big role here as well. I feel that if you do want this person back, you do need to do something that you haven't tried in the past. Okay, trying to fix the same old problems with the same old solutions is not going to help you in this case. Thank you for. Hopefully that makes sense to you, my lovely. I'll leave you with that. Okay. And let's see. And guys, those of you who will book and have booked a private reading, I will of course be doing your readings this afternoon. Okay, thank you so much for trusting me with your readings here during the live. We only really touch the surface, so if you want to dive deeper, you can always book it privately. My most popular reading is the full love reading. I do come to those. I do specialize in relationships. I do love, so I like to dive deep. If you do want to learn about the dynamics between you and your person, how to best approach your situation, when will there be communication, reconciliation, engagement, wedding. I do plenty of timelines. Not everyone does timelines. I don't do them during the lives because they're very, very time consuming. One thing I don't do is use tarot for timelines. Okay, it isn't for that. Tarot does not give you timelines. It's a different process. It can be very time consuming. If during the live I do receive a timeline, I will of course pass on the message, but it doesn't usually happen that quickly. So that's reserved for my private readings normally. That's why I do ask you not to make your question a timeline question. But yeah, you can book it privately, guys. If you want to dive deep, see what's going on with your love life, with your person, how you can best, you know, make the most out of this connection. And even if the person that you're with right now isn't your person, or you're not with anyone and you want to know when there's someone coming in, uh, it does cover that as well. Okay. So let's see. And for energy healing, you guys can book the energy healing cord cutting without a consultation. But for something like the love healing, because it does involve two people, it's great for reconciliations, long-term relationships that have lost a sense of direction. It's very normal now for people to struggle to settle. We're just too distracted, not paying attention to the opportunities that are in front of us. So the love healing is great for that, to realign your energies, clear those obstacles, but it's not going to be for everyone. So make sure that you do consult with me prior to booking the love healing. Okay, anything else you can book without a consultation, no problem. And guys, I think I will have to restart the live here on TikTok as well, just because they have just restricted, because they think it could be a recording. Of course, it is on a recording. Today's the 19th of May, 2026. But yeah, I get that a lot because I just show my desk, so they think that it is a recording. Ayusha, let's come to you, my lovely. There's a strong pull towards you here. So whilst I'm doing your reading, feel free to talk to me as well. Okay, it does help you get the most out of your reading. So Ayusha does a 10 likes me back. Okay, Ayush, and if I am mispronouncing anyone's name, please forgive me, but just don't worry because it won't affect the results of your reading. Ayusha, and later. Ayusha, and later. Thank you. Ayusha, I am receiving a no for this person, but something else is coming through quite clearly, okay? Is that there is like a third energy coming in here for you, and it's someone that you're not paying attention to, someone that you're overlooking, and your guides are just urging you to pay attention. I don't know if it's someone that has come into your life and already gone, or it could be someone that's still in your life, but it's someone that still does think very, very, thinks a lot about you. So it's worth paying attention to them. Okay. Thank you so much for your question, lovely, and much love to you. Okie dokie. You are most welcome. YouTube, I am coming to you soon. Make sure to pop your questions in the chat. Amy, I don't know what you're thinking, my lovely. I am the one asking the questions on your behalf, so you need to be clear about your question, okay? Guys, of course, you don't have to tell me everything, but be clear with your questions. Remember, I am the one asking the questions on your behalf. So I need to have an understanding of what I am asking, who I am asking about. That's why I ask for names as well, birth names. I don't just ask for you to give me a question without a name, because I need to know who I am connecting with. So don't just say things like my ex. You might have more than one ex, and then who I don't know who I am asking. Give me names. It does help me. I do need birth names in order to connect with the right energy. Okay, Julia and David reconcile. Will Julia and David reconcile? I do see a very clear reconciliation here, my lovely. I feel it's already in the works, okay? So I wouldn't be surprised if they do reach out, if they do reach out to you like this week already, because the energy does feel very active. There's a lot of movement there. So I get the sense like I keep seeing them, picking up the phone, writing something, and then putting the phone down, not sending anything. There's that back and forth energy going on, but they will eventually send a message, break the no contact. Yeah, and it's happening soon now. So thank you so much for your question, and I will leave you with that, lovely. Okay. Mm, just 1 second, guys. Nancy, am I going to marry Bryden? Nancy and B. Let's come to you, Nancy. Nancy and B. Nancy and B. Nancy, I don't see marriage happening, lovely. I feel that something is gonna take place, that's gonna drive the two of you apart. Of course, it isn't set in stone. So just know that it's something that you can change and you can, avoid if that's what you want. Right now, that's where your path is taking you. Okay. Thank you so much for your question, lovely. It might not be what you want to hear, but that's just your guides giving you a little heads up. Like, hey, if you don't want that to happen, you've got to change something. Thank you for your question. Guys, those of you that would like to dive deeper, my most popular reading is the full of reading. I do private readings. You can book a telephone, email, and also in-person reading. Here, I just come live to offer free readings, especially to those who can't afford one. So if you are a new person here, if you are a new energy, hopefully I will come to you. You get a sample of my work as well. But those of you that would like to book it privately, of course, you can. Thepracticalmedium.com is where you can find me. And my private readings do come with timelines also, and plenty more. Here, we only really do touch the surface. And when you do go to my website, remember for energy work, energy work is brilliant. We should all be doing energy work on a regular basis, energy healing the least. So just as much as we cleanse our physical bodies, we do have got to cleanse our energy fields as well. It's very, very important and something we're not in touch with lately, especially with the way the world is. We're just too busy. Always, we don't know half of the time if we're going or coming. So it does help ground you. So look into that. You don't have to book it with myself. You can book it with someone else. And something else as well that not many people know. If you go to your local spiritualist church, just throw it on Google, see where you can find one near you. If you go to your local spiritualist church or center, oftentimes they do energy healing for you free of charge or on a very, very small donation basis. And you don't even have to be present as well. Okay. You just have to go in, put your name down, and it is very, very beneficial. So look into those. Of course, those are done collectively, so they're not as strong. They're not as, as they're not going to deal with exactly what you need, but they're still going to come with some benefits. Okay. And so you can book it with myself, you can book it with someone else, you can get it free. Or, but something like the love healing that those of you who will go to my website, you're going to see that I do offer something called the love healing. That one is healing, but for couples, okay, for relationships. It's great for reconciliations, long term relationships that are struggling to settle. It's not going to be for everyone, so if I do recommend it for you, it's because I do believe it will very much benefit your connection and give you the results that you want. But I do need to do a consultation prior in order to even know that. So if you never received a reading from me, don't just go ahead and book it without a consultation. Okay. The consultation is free, but it is necessary. I do have a little warning on my website that does say that, but some people still overlook. They don't read that and they just book without a consultation. Make sure you do consult with me first. Okay, housekeeping out of the way. Let's choose someone else to read for. And then I am going to be going soon, lovelies. So if you do want your reading uh, done, if you do want a reading before I go, you can skip the queue. Amy, do I send Dan the gift card? I don't want to make things awkward. Okay, so Amy and Dan. Spirit, please. Amy and Dan. Amy, I don't think it's a good idea, my lovely. So trust your intuition on this one, okay? I don't think that you're gonna get the response that you want out of it. So it's not gonna be worth it, okay? It's not something they're gonna be able to appreciate it right now where they are. Thank you so much for your question. Okie dokie. Okay, so Tankita, let's see if he's gonna unblock you, my lovely, on YouTube. Let's see if he's going to unblock you first and foremost. It's one question per person, guys. I am receiving a no, okay? I am receiving a no, lovely. Thank you so much for your question. Raleigh, will team break no contact? Raleigh, thank you so much for your question. Guys, again, if I am mispronouncing anyone's name, it won't affect the results of your reading, okay? Team and Raleigh. Um, I am receiving a no as well, really. I am so sorry, my lovely. I know it's not what you want to hear, okay? But just know that it isn't set in stone. You've got free will as well. There are things that you can do, steps that you can take, action that you can take to change this. Right now, what you're doing is not going to bring you that. It's not going to bring that contact. But of course, it can change depending on the approach that you do. Take it yourself as well, okay? We can always dive deeper with a full reading. Guys, you can find me at thepracticalmedium.com. It is where I do my work, my private work. I do telephone, email, and also in-person readings for those of you who do prefer. And WhatsApp readings also. Most people tend to prefer WhatsApp messages nowadays, and that's fine. If you want to come to me in person as well, guys, you can come to me in person, okay? So I am on the very edge between Hertfordshire and London. So there is a tube station like 5 minutes walk from me. You can come to me for readings or also energy work, okay? For an in-person session, no problem. Just let me know. I don't have those listed on my website, of course, because I do want to talk to people first, make sure I'm comfortable with having them over. But yeah, you can come to me in person. Just send me a message. The majority of my clients who are local do come to me in person. I am very old school in that sense as well. I do love an in-person session, but of course, it doesn't matter. The results of your reading or the energy work are always the same, whether you come to me for an in-person session or a remote session. Leslie, let's come to you, lovely. Leslie, does Sean misses me? Uh, My lovely, I feel that right now you're missing him more than what he's missing you, okay? Not because he doesn't miss you, but because he's pushing those emotions down, okay? He's pushing those feelings down. So it's not something that he's paying attention to. It's not something that he's sitting there with that feeling. He's distracting himself, okay? So yes and no at the same time. Make sure to tap the screen, share the live, guys, especially if you're here for a free reading as well. Will my relationship with M get a second chance? Re and M. Spirit, please. Re and M. I feel there are people around you that are in support of the relationship and around him as well. Okay. But he's also very, very stubborn, my lovely. And he's definitely an avoidant, okay? Um, I don't see that happening right now, the way things are. I feel like the two of you also like it's almost like you're speaking different love languages at time. So you do see things from a different point of view. So it's difficult for the two of you to find a middle ground. And that's all down to communication, okay? You both need to learn your own dynamics and you need to learn to communicate with one another. That way you can change this as well. Right now I am receiving a no, but if you do the work, if you treasure this connection and you do want to do the work, of course it can change. Thank you so much for your question. Guys, those of you that do want to dive deep, you can book a full love reading. By far my most popular reading, what people do come to me for the most, okay? It does come with plenty of timelines. We'll look at the dynamics, how to best approach one another, how to best communicate with one another, how to make the most out of this connection. And also we'll look into the obstacles, what's to come, how can you deal with those in the best way possible. And even if the person that you're with isn't your person, I'll go beyond and we'll cover when will there be someone else that's going to come in, that you should be noticing, you should be paying attention to. Because just because people are destined to enter our lives doesn't mean that we're going to be in a good place, doesn't mean that we're going to catch that person. Okay, opportunities do come and go as well. And let's see. Okay, guys, I do have got to go now. Okay, those of you who have booked a private one, I'll be in touch with you very, very shortly. Thank you so much for joining me during today's session. Yeah, if you haven't received a free reading today, just follow the way you will be notified next time I come live. Okay, of course, free readings are not guaranteed, but you can always skip the queue as well. Okay, but yes, I'll speak to some of you very shortly. Keep an eye out for your messages. I'll be messaging you. I look forward to doing a deep dive for you guys. And everyone else, I'll see you on the next live, hopefully. Have a beautiful, beautiful day.